Hi, welcome to Deadly Kidneys on Live. Thank you for tuning in. My name's Lola. I'm from the Dungutty tribe in New South Wales.
And I'm Brandon. I'm a Wanneroo man and I am a Deadly Choices ambassador.
Awesome. It's good to have you on the show today,
Thanks for having me.
Brandon. We're going to start with our acknowledgement that we do each and every week.
Yep.
So here's our land, here is our sky,
here are my friends, and here am I. We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we learn, discover, and play.
We're just going to take a break now to some ads, and we'll see you right after the ads.
Hey Mob, enrolments for kindy are still open. If you have any questions for us, please message us on our Deadly Kindies Facebook page. We are still here during this tough time we're all facing in the community. There will be some deadly activities posted on our page in the coming weeks, so keep an eye out for updates. For more information, visit www.facebook.com/deadlykindies.
Shout out to all the Deadly Mob who have attended our pop-up flu clinics for their free flu shot and Deadly Choices scarf or beanie this past week. We will be hosting more pop-up clinics around Queensland, so stay tuned. Every pop-up clinic will offer a morning session from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. and one in the afternoon from 12:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. To make sure we're social distancing and everyone has the opportunity to get their flu shot, when you arrive at the clinic, please be patient and stay in your car until staff advise you it's your turn. Don't let the flu get you.
Welcome back, everyone. So today we're going to read an awesome book. It's called the Echidna and it's the shade tree. And then following Brandon reading the story, we're going to make our very own echidna. So while out walking one day, because that's my deadly choice for this year, is to try to walk at least 30 minutes every day, I found some pine cones when I was out walking with my daughter, and I thought, oh, we could do something really cool with these. And then it just happened that it linked up with the story
Very
for today.
fitting with the story.
Yeah, so this is what we'll be making today, Brandon.
Awesome.
Cool, eh?
Looks cool.
What's your deadly choice?
So my deadly choice, I guess the opposite to walking, mine's getting enough sleep. So for myself, I'm an Olympic weightlifter.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know what that is, at the Olympics, it's the only weightlifting event. So basically what we try to do is just lift as heavy as we can overhead. Whoever lifts the heaviest wins.
Yeah.
And for me and my training, I need to make sure that I'm getting enough sleep.
Yeah.
So same for, kids in school, making sure that you're trying to get at least 8 hours of sleep is not only going to help you, physically perform, but also mentally. So
yeah, and concentration. Hey?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if you're lifting that, you need a good sleep.
I'm usually
But if
tired.
you're learning-
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's important. It's very important, and I think it's important that we have that goal and that deadly choice. Hey.
Absolutely.
So we'll be reading the book, then we're doing an activity. And the competition for this week, I hope everyone at home is joining us this morning and going to jump on in the comments and add their awesome echidna. So of course this will be our new competition. It's to make your own echidna. You don't have to use a pine cone, you can use anything. You could use Play-Doh, put some sticks in there, use some natural resources that you might find in your backyard.
Use a potato or something.
Anything, a potato is a good idea. You can use anything you like, so you can do that and pop it in our comments on the feed. There's also, we'll talk about some birth certificates. So if you stay connected with your local AMS, and if you're 0 to 5, you can get your free birth certificate if you don't already have one. Your AMS clinic will help you get on board with that, as well as the Deadly Kindies program, where I'm from. When you have your 715 health check and you're enrolled in a kindy, you could be entitled to our awesome kindy pack, which you'll find at your AMS. And now we've just launched our new Deadly Kindies YouTube channel. So
Awesome.
Get on and subscribe. Yeah, it's really deadly. So all our readings will be on there for you to watch later on. Again, check in.
Awesome.
So our story and activity, I think we're good to go. I think we might read the story, hey Brandon? And
Yep,
then
let's do it.
We'll do the activity after.
Yep. And then also, along with our activities, be sure to join right at the end. We're going to have some deadly traditional games. So myself and Uncle Shannon there will be showing you some traditional games for DC Kids Fit. So be sure not to miss that. So I've been waiting patiently for my chance to come and, tell a story for the kids. And now's my time. And you younger Jarjums there, I have a story for you. So I'm actually pretty excited because I haven't read this since I was 5 years old.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm talking about 20 years ago when I was, in early primary school. So here we have the Echidna and the shade tree. So as you can see there, the Echidna with its spikes. If you're curious of where the Echidna got their spikes, you're about to find out. All right. Away out in the middle of the desert, there once grew a huge tree. It was so big that it shaded the whole land from the scorching sun. So you can see the big tree there, and then we have the sun. You see it looks real hot there with the sand and then the dunes in the back there. All the animals lived in the shade of this tree. Each day they would hunt for food. While old Echidna stayed behind, he looked after the children. So you can see the animals there hunting with their spears there. So we got the kangaroo, got the dingo, we got the emu, then we have the goanna down the back there, but all holding their spears. Each time when the animals returned with the food, they would give the children the tastier bits, but poor old Echidna only got the scraps. That's a bit sad, isn't it? You can see with his face there, he's not too happy. I know I wouldn't be happy. This made Echidna very angry. He grabbed a hold of the giant shade tree and shook it. He pulled it, and with a mighty tug, tore it right out of the ground, roots and all. So you can see the tree roots there in the tree, and he's pulled it right out of the ground. I think the Echidna there would have made a good weightlifter in his day.
I agree.
He put the tree on his back and stomped off. Soon, the animals realized that the shade was moving and that they would die of thirst in the hot sun. So you can see the animals there with the hot sun shining on them with no shade. They chased after the Echidna and begged him to stop. They begged him to put the tree back. You can see they're chasing after him with them spears they used for hunting earlier. But he just marched out of anger, or on in anger. The animals threw a boomerang. Surely that would stop him. So you can see the boomerang coming his way. There he is there with the tree on his back, still marching off. But it didn't. It hit him on the feet and broke his toes. That would hurt, wouldn't it? He's not too happy about that. But he shuffled on. At last, the animals hurled their spears. There's the poor Echidna there with the broken toes, and here are the spears coming for him. The Echidna howled in pain. Soon, he was completely covered with spears. So you can see all the spears with the nice little patterns there in the poor Echidna. The giant tree crashed to the ground. It rolled over and over across the plain, and its huge branches broke off and stuck into the ground. So you can see the branches there all stuck into the ground, and then there's the rest of the big tree, and then the poor Echidna there with the spears in its back. Poor Echidna lay dying. Soon the animals started to feel sorry for him. Cockatoo flew up and asked, "Where would you like to be buried?" So you can see the cockatoo there flying over. In an ant bed, in a clump of spinifex grass, in between some rocks. Echidna chose the rocks. When he died, the animals buried him there and covered him up. Only the spears were sticking out. The ant bed wouldn't be too comfortable, I know that, and the grass looks a bit spiky. But you can see there on the rocks, there he is with the spears hanging out. To this day, echidnas have spears in their backs. They still shuffle on about, little bent with its broken feet, as they hunt for ants amongst the rocks. So you can see those spikes there are spears that were thrown in the poor echidna for taking the tree. The animals, too, still live in the desert. They hunt in the shade of the small trees that grew from the branches of the one giant tree. And they will never die of thirst because water filled up the hole left by the shade tree and made a huge lake called Nonga. So you can see the water coming in there. So this is where the tree was with its roots, and now it's a huge lake for the animals to drink out of. And that's the end of the book. Thanks for listening, guys.
It's awesome. I agree with you. I think you would make a good
Absolutely.
weightlifter, the echidna.
You don't see me picking any trees up out of the ground, so
No, that's right.
that's impressive.
Yeah. And I think if maybe the echidna talked to the other animals.
There's definitely communication that
Yeah.
could have been used. So if you are unhappy with something that someone did, talking to them
Yeah.
and then them, talking back with you and kind of figuring it out that way is the
Yeah.
more sensible option.
Instead of lifting up a
Absolutely.
whole
and
tree
storming
and
off
taking
there.
it. Yeah. I think communication, they say, is the key to success. We could make our echidnas now, and then we could maybe, because I've got a small boomerang here, we could kind of reenact the story. What do you think, Brandon?
Let's do it. We've got
So
everything we
let's-
need.
So we need a pine cone, or at home you can use anything, Play-Doh, anything. We've just chosen to use a pine cone today because it's kind of like the spikes on the echidna's back,
Kind of feels that way, doesn't it?
doesn't it?
Real
yeah.
spiky.
And you could think of them as the spears from the story. So all we need is a pine cone, some paper, which I've pre-drawn a circle on. So we need to cut that out to make the echidna's
Of course.
face, and some scissors, and a pen to draw his nose and his eyes, and some sticky tape. So we'll start by cutting out our paper circle. For the kids at home, you can ask your mum, dad, auntie, uncle, anyone to help you if you find it a bit of a challenge. But it's always good because practice makes perfect.
Always safety first when it comes to scissors.
Yeah, that's right. So we cut out our circle gently. This is great for fine motor and moving the scissors around. Allows you to get that skill. Build upon that skill.
Starting young with them, yeah, their motor skills will come a long way.
Yeah, very important.
There we go. Gonna cut down the middle,
Yep, just cut halfway down the middle.
just like that.
Yep, perfect. And then we move it around to form like a cone. A
There
cone
we
shape.
go.
See? Got the bit of the point of the echidna's nose.
Awesome.
And then we tape that together. With some sticky tape.
Hey Lola, while you're making that, you and Brandon are making the echidna.
Yeah.
We've had Raymond make a comment online. He wants to know where he can get a copy of the book. There's been a few people actually saying what a deadly story it is, but yeah. So, do you know where you got your book from?
Yeah,
Because I know it's
so-
from your collection.
Yep, I've got lots of Dreamtime stories. This is a Dreamtime story, and it's published by Scholastic Books. I purchased mine from Booktopia, which is online, but because it's published through Scholastic, I'm sure you could jump online and grab a copy there. They have so many on Deadly Kindies, on our Deadly Kindies page on Facebook, there's another one that I read, How the Birds Got Their Colours. That's about friendship and helping each other out. Published by the same people, and the art within the illustrations within the book is done by children from the community of where the Dreamtime story's from. So I hope that answers your question, Raymond.
Yeah, that would have been one of my favourite books when I was younger, I think.
Yeah.
The Hungry Caterpillar was another good one. I think you
Yeah,
just read that
that's-
last week.
That's an awesome book. Yep, that was on. I have lots of favourites. Too many. But I think any Dreamtime story is my favourite, and I think because it connects with who I am, my sense of belonging and my culture. So I like them all. But there's always those stories that stick with you, isn't there, Brandon?
Absolutely. I think The Rainbow Serpent was another one that I liked.
Oh, that's an awesome one too. So we're just going to draw a nose and some eyes, because our echidna's a living thing.
Okay, so you can see mine so far. I've got the nose and the eyes there. See, we've got the spikes.
That's awesome.
That's getting there.
Have you ever seen one in the wild, Brandon?
I've seen one, and then probably the last time I've seen one would have been at the bird sanctuary, I think.
Yeah. I saw one a while ago back home in New South Wales. I saw a live one walking around when I was climbing a mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, but I haven't seen one for quite some time.
I know what I have seen wild lately is next door to my house we actually have little kangaroos that jump around. So we have 4 kangaroos that are right next door to us that are there every afternoon.
They come out at dusk and dawn?
Yes.
Yeah, so dusk would be the afternoon when you see them. So then we just tape his gorgeous face on to the pine cone, like that. Hope you can all see at home. I'm just going to make it. Look, we've got our own. Are you going to name yours?
I'm going to get thinking on that. I think I might draw a smiling mouth.
Oh, yeah. You've got a happy
It's got to be happy.
Yeah. I'm going to do a happy echidna too.
There we go. So you can see the nice happy face there.
Mine too. I'm going to name mine. I don't know. I think he looks a bit like a Billy.
I think I'll name mine, I'll go with Harold. Harold the happy echidna.
Harold the happy echidna.
Harold and Billy.
Yep.
Awesome.
You could kind of reenact it. So if we put our echidnas down. And then in the story I remember a boomerang.
They first threw the boomerang,
They
yeah.
did. So I've got one here. So first threw the boomerang, one of the animals. I've got a emu here. Maybe he could throw it, do you think?
Here you go, we have mine.
Oh,
Harold running away here. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh no! But is Harold still happy?
He's always happy.
Yeah. Always happy.
There we go.
Well, I hope you liked our... Did you have fun this morning?
I did. I do love a bit of arts and crafts.
Yeah, I enjoyed the story and I love recreating the story.
Absolutely.
And doing an art piece around it. There's always so much you can take from when you read a story, isn't there?
Definitely. Making
And
sure
the
you...
rich communication you can have when reading a story to your children. You can talk about it, discuss it, and it's, yeah. And also about your culture and who you are and where you're from is awesome.
Absolutely.
Lola, we've got another somebody else making comment. We've got a few comments, like I said before, but Sharon, she has a lot of Indigenous soft toys and resources, and she wants a few ideas. So I guess you can tune into Deadly Kindies Live and our YouTube channel to look at ideas on how to use them. But have you got any other ideas for her as well?
Anything. You can use any natural resource outside, which comes from Mother Earth, which is who owns us. We don't own her. We've just got to
course.
nurture her and look after her. So you can use any natural resources to create anything. Hey, anything.
Absolutely.
Use leaves.
Just trying to use your imagination.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things out there you can use.
Yeah, and when you get lots of ideas from when you read stories.
Definitely.
Think, while you were reading, I come up with the idea to use my little boomerang and recreate the story.
Yeah, well, that's kind of
together.
what stories do. They kind of get your mind wandering and using that imagination and kind of expanding on that. Yeah.
Yeah, so exactly. Expand on the story and take parts of the story and
Make it your own.
and make it your own. Yeah, it's always awesome. Brendan, do you know last week we read The Very Hungry Caterpillar on Deadly Kindies Live, and the competition was fruit kebabs. Do you know?
Delicious.
Do you want to announce who the winner is this week?
Okay, little drum roll here. So our winner is Layla.
Oh, well done.
Whose mum is Gemma, and I heard that she loves pineapple, strawberries, and bananas.
Wow.
I know that we had fruit kebabs last week, and then
Yeah.
our fruit. I know I'm a big, fruit eater myself.
Yeah,
I think my favourite fruit would have to be mango, I think.
yeah, mangoes are
But
so good.
I do love pineapple, strawberries, and banana as well. It's hard to
Yeah.
choose.
I have a banana every morning.
Can't
Every
go wrong.
morning. But I love all fruits. I don't think I've come across a fruit that I don't like.
Me either. Me
I'm
either. Too good.
I'm a fruit person. So we're now going to join us. So if everyone at home, like when Lola's on, we always sing my goodbye song that I wrote. So I'm hoping you all at home have learnt it over the last few weeks and can join in with Brandon and I now.
Let's do it.
You ready?
Yep, count us in.
Okay. I'm a little Murray kid, strong and proud. Here I stand on my sacred ground. When I get all fired up, then I shout,
I'm
too deadly, hey look out. Well, thanks so much for joining us this week. I'm so glad you...
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Loved
it was awesome.
I can
We
come
had-
back again one time.
We had a good time, hey?
Awesome.
So see you all next week, but stay tuned for DC Fit Kids session after with Brandon, who joined us for our reading this morning. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome to our Deadly Kindies physical activity segment. My name is Brandon Wakeling. I'm a Wanneroo Man Deadly Choices ambassador, and I'm an Olympic weightlifter. So I'm going to hand it over to Shannon, who's going to run you through the activity for today.
So yeah, my name's Shannon Tabane. I'm a Waka Waka and Cullowhee man. But before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge country that we meet here on today and also pay our respects to our elders, both past and present. So today's game, what we're going to play is called Call Up. So Call Up comes from Mer Island. So Call Up, we don't actually have the seeds today. So what we're going to be using is we're going to be using these bean bags. And the whole purpose of the game is for accuracy and hand and eye coordination. So this is a game that can be played at home, in the park on the weekend, or at kindy. And it's a great way for everybody to come together. This game is not about competing, but just having fun with your mob. Sweet, are we ready to get started, Brendan?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So, the whole purpose is to land the beanbag inside the ring. All right. So hopefully, I know I did say that it's not competitive, but it might be a bit competitive today here with me and Brendan.
Let's
Sweet.
see. Ready?
Let's go, Brendan.
Let's go.
Oh no, that's terrible. Miss. And as you can see,
Shannon's been practicing.
Brendan obviously been to the Olympics, so his hand and eye coordination is a bit better than mine. But we hope he's enjoyed the game, and remember, this is going to be you're going to be able to access this game from our Deadly Kindies website. You also can access the game from our social media pages such as Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Hope you have a deadly day, and remember, make a deadly choice.
So if you mob enjoyed the traditional games that me and Shannon showed you today, be sure to put it up to your social media page and tag Deadly Kindies.